Hello everyone, this is Mahima here to explain my fifth experiment in the technology lab using JavaScript to create the functionality for a web page. In this experiment, we are supposed to first of all find the shortest and largest word in a string. For this is my corresponding input and this is my output. First of all, I have created these text boxes and I have created this submit button over here. And according to the code, the moment I click this submit button, my function called as find strings is called. And this I have given in a separate .js file. This is how you give a JavaScript file, an external JavaScript file. So in this, I have created a string variable in which I have sent the tag having the ID as T1, which is this text box. This is done using this keyword used as dot get element by ID, which means the text box is identified using the ID. So over here I have done the operation to find out the maximum and minimum word in a string. So over here, when I give my string as she is good, I get my output. For the second question, we are supposed to calculate the body mass index. For that, I have created again two text boxes and this button. And when I click this button, my function calculate is called. And here similarly, I have made use of dot get element by ID and stored the initial values of height and weight in these two variables, using which I have then calculated BMI, and then I have sent this BMI value to another tag which is identified by the ID as core, and then I have checked for the conditions for my body type. So when I type my weight and height, I get this as the output. For the third question, I am supposed to make a fruit farm based on the number of rows and columns given, and based on those the operation is performed such that the two fruits which I have taken, apple and orange, is displayed with equal probability. For that I have created a function grow, and within which I have taken variables such as rows and columns for these two, and then for the apple count as app count, and then or count, and then the total within total variable, and its and the maximum variable is that it's equal probability. And then by performing these operations, I obtain my output. So over here I give my row as 3 and column as 4. I see that I get my output in this way, and as you can see, the output is displayed with equal probability. Now for the next question, I am supposed to create a currency converter to convert Indian rupee to US dollar and vice versa. For that I have a function convert, within which first of all I have taken down this text box value with an index, and then I have made use of switch case, and then over here if the case is 0, then I have converted to US dollar, and then if it is case 1, I have converted it to Indian rupee, and then I have stored my corresponding output using the space over here. So when I give my output as 34, and then I get this is the value of US dollar. And now when I want to do the opposite, I select, and then when I give calculate, I get this as my output. Now for the next one, I'm supposed to do the coin flip operation, for which I have created a function, flip function. So in this, as you can see, I have made use of .add event listener, which means according to the HTML code, when I click this button, which is identified by the ID as flip, then my flip function is called. Within the flip function, as you can see, I have declared heads and tails as global variables, and then I have made use of math.random and math.flow value. Math.random generates values between zeros and ones, and on multiplying it with 2, the values generated are 0 or 1. Now, when I click this flip button, I get random values between the heads and the tails in this way. Now, for my last question, I'm supposed to take down the cake order, and then I have 3 kinds of cakes over here for half kg, 1 kg and 2 kg, and this is my tip percentage which I have created using radio buttons, and this again is a submit button. In this case, I have first of all taken down these text box values into these respective variables, and then for tip I have taken in this way. And as you can see, I have made use of dot query selector over here, and then I have calculated my total and then the total tip, and then at last I have calculated my total price, and that total price is then stored in the text box value which is identified by price. So over here, if I give my conditions in this way and the tip percentage as 20, I get this as my final price. So this is my fifth experiment. Thank you for watching.